This is what Iman brings along. If the Prophet ﷺ came, a man came to the Prophet of Allah, and the Prophet ﷺ was showing and he was being affectionate toward his grandchildren and so on. So he came to Rasulullah ﷺ and said, Ya Rasulullah, what is this? He says, we don't do that. We don't show affection to our children. We are not tender towards our children. Prophet ﷺ said, what must I do if Allah has taken away tenderness from your heart? There's nothing that I can do. There's nothing that I can do. Wallah, you know what? I've seen people who have millions of rands. They're billionaires. But they're not soft people. People will say, well, if it wasn't for their money, people would run away from them. Their wealth has made them hard. Their wealth has made them, oblivious to the difficulties of other people. Their wealth has made them suspicious that if anyone is being nice to me, is greeting me, is he trying to take away my money? Wallahi, they are in a state of mental illness. They're in a state of mental illness. You've seen these people. You see them all around you. You see those people who are worshippers, who are engaged in worship all the time, ceremonial, ritual worship. Wallahi, they have no soft hearts. There's a hadith of the Holy Prophet, he gave a fatwa. He said, Ya Rasulullah, there is a woman who engages in a lot of nightly vigils, ibadat, and she fasts the whole day. But she's very, harsh with people. She's very harsh with people. And she's very hard-hearted. The Prophet gave a fatwa, she's in the fire. She's in hell. And at another incident, the Prophet came, Ya Rasul, there's a person here who doesn't engage in too much of prayer and so on, but he's good with people, he's very affable, people like him, he's soft with people, he's tender with people. Prophet said, no, he's in Jannah. He's in Jannah. Hazrat Isa alayhi salatu met with Iblis one day. He met with Shaitan one day. And he said, who's your greatest enemy? He said, a generous sinner. He asked Iblis, who's your greatest enemy? So Iblis said, a generous sinner. And he said, who's your best friend? He said, a miserly worshipper. Why? A generous sinner, by virtue of his generosity, will be forgiven by Allah, because Allah will say, if he was so generous, I am the most generous. How can I not forgive? How can I not forgive? And the miserly worshipper, he's doing his ibadat for himself. He doesn't share of himself. He doesn't give of himself. He's just taking for himself. And in spite of that, he doesn't do. That is the equilibrium that we need to find in our ibadah. Allah give us the tawfiq and hidayah, inshallah. Wa ma alayna illa al-balagh.